Today I'm going to be reviewing the Ancient Egyptian Tarot by Clive Barrett. I've had this for quite a long time, about 10 years, probably longer than that, 15 maybe. I also got it secondhand, so as you can see, it's quite battered and well loved. I don't know if it came in an original box. I, however, made my own little cloth bag for the actual cards themselves. So let's open them up and have a look. Okay, on the back, we got hieroglyphics. I have no idea if they're correct or not. I don't read hieroglyphics. Okay, on the front. So we have a picture in the middle. I know some people like doing card cutting, so I can imagine that would be pretty useful. But for me, I obviously need to know what I'm looking at. So Ace of Discs here. And again, the hieroglyphics around the edge, which is quite nice. They're pretty standard what you'd expect for Egyptian paintings. Very sandy, browny kind of gold colours, bit of blue in there. A nice size as well in your hand. And the book, okay, it's again not very thick, paperback. It's sort of just like a book that you'd read. Introduction to Tarot, it's quite a lot about that. So that's very useful for people, maybe if you're a beginner and you just want to know a bit about the history and stuff, and it seems to have the history of tarot in there as well, and also a little bit about the Egyptian mythology as well, and the gods and goddesses. Okay, so it's all black and white, so you'll need to refer back to the cards if you want to see like the proper colour and imagery, because it does here say colour yellow, but can't quite see that. It's got very long explanation, which I really like, because you can read all about it as well as an interpretation. So it's sort of telling you what is going on in the card, so you can understand maybe who it is, the relevance of the animals and any plants and things. And then it is going to tell you the meaning behind that card. And it's got that for all of them. The major arcana is obviously a lot more detailed. And then you get on to the minor arcana, and they've only got a little bit, but still it's enough to go on. Black and white again, page each, a bit more simplified, but I've always found it really useful. Okay, right, I will do a little reading. So if you're never sure what reading you want or what question you want, I always find it's a really good thing to ask, please give me a card with a message that's important for me to know right now, or something along those lines. So that's what I'm going to focus on in my mind as I shuffle. Everyone has their own different shuffling methods. Some people are really awesome at their shuffling. I'm a little bit haphazard, but it always works for me. Just go with what works for you. And just shuffle until you feel it's time to stop. Or if a card falls out, that's always a really good indicator that that card is meant for you. Okay, I'm going to stop here and try not to knock things over. Okay, Two of Swords. What images have I got? Okay, so I can see both swords in there. Two pyramids in the background, that's quite interesting. Everything is sort of two, isn't it? Two plants, two sides of these palm trees. I'm not quite sure what this is. I don't know if it's an offering plate or a gravestone. I'd need to look in the book for that. But as you can see with this, there is quite a lot of imagery for people who like to go with what their instincts tell them. There's a lot going on that you could, maybe if you knew your plants, then you'd know the symbology for that. For this reading, I'm going to go and have a look in the book and see what it tells us. So we're looking for Two of Swords. I'm going to pause while I find that. Here we go. And actually what I've never noticed before is that here it's got a title of peace. I've always skimmed over that. I've always gone straight to this bit. So there you go. If you just want a one word, peace. So hooray! It's telling me a bit about it. Two warriors meeting. Once enemies have come together in peace. His attempt of friendship. So again, it's telling me about that. Presents, gifts of sword. The great was a shield. Oh, okay. And a sprig of laurel. So there you go for people who like looking at plant symbology. Then the interpretation. Balance tensions, equilibrium. Okay. Peace between warriors. Okay. Peace now one must be worked for to be maintained. There's hope for the future. Okay, that sounds interesting. Okay, so I really like this one. I find that it fits nicely in the palms. The cards don't stick together too much. They shuffle pretty nicely. There's no like sharp corners. The card stock, while it is a little bendy, it's fine for my shuffling technique. Again, I can't judge what the box or anything was like because I made my own bag. And again, book, lovely size. It's not really one you could carry around too easily, but yeah, I don't mind it on my bookshelf. It's absolutely fine. And so I just found a really pretty card there. Look at that. I really love that with all the little animals in there. There's loads to look at. I love the colours they have for like the headdress as well. Beautiful. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. That is one of the decks that I use for my readings. I tend to find I like using this deck if I feel like the question is maybe more based on something that's happened in the past, or even going on ancestral healing. I really enjoy this one, and it works really well for those kind of questions. So send me a message if you would like me to do a reading for you, and who knows, this one might come up for you. Bye bye.